This is a great way to start a video. Oreo is here. Hello, Oreo. He got this cute collar for Christmas, and he's going to be chilling probably all over me for the rest of the video. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. I know it's been difficult for a lot of people not being able to see their family, but I hope that you all were able to enjoy it and make it work. Mine turned out pretty good. I have to say, I was able to see the main parts of my family, which I live with. But also it did turn out really good. And Norma's happy. If you don't know, that's my daughter's name. I'm sorry. I had started this and then I said her name and I was like, do I say her name? And then I cut it off and now I've done it again. So there we are. Her name is Norma. She had a good Christmas. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So, I'm not here to cover Katie's lawsuit and Tati's lawsuits in a breakdown type of way. I don't understand the law. I watched a lot of Emily Baker, and I love her to death. I'm sure most of you do too. She's amazing. But that's not me. I'm not here to break down laws. I'm not here to explain what's going on in a lawsuit. I just want to talk about it. And I feel like we can talk about it. Because I debated, I was like, do I really, cover what's going on? Or do I just cover more of, her actions and responses to it? But, I mean, I think it's cool. We can talk about it. So the last video that I made even close to related to this topic was something, I think I named it Katie Joy, This Is Your Day. And it was when her response to the lawsuit was supposed to be coming out. And she was on Twitter and on lives and the boom, the bombs are gonna drop, everything's gonna be awesome. And then it wasn't. And I'm sure most of you know it was not. It was just so bad. And look, I'm just gonna say, I don't want it to be bad for Katie. No, do I think she's guilty of what she's being sued for? Yes. I don't think anybody can deny the fact that she's done what she's done. But when it comes to the lawyers and the courts and all of the lawyer things, I would like for there to be a fair argument. And Emily touched on this, she's like, well, I want to see everyone get fair representation, and even though this lawyer that she has seems to have good, what do you call it? He has a good track record. It just doesn't look good on him. His response to the lawsuit was confusing for attorneys to read, so it was just a lot, and it just wasn't the bomb drop at all. Like when she said bombs were going to be dropping, honestly, I thought okay, it's going to be a motion to dismiss. I figured that. But I thought it was going to be full of legitimate reasons to drop the case. Now, did I think it would work? No, not necessarily, but I at least thought there would be some good points, and there's just not. It just wasn't. It was bad. So, Tati's lawyer got to respond to that motion to dismiss, and because KJ's lawyer, Oreo, no, I almost said no ma'am, no sir, but, no. Oh, now he can't reach it. Okay, you know what, I'm just going to put it in the floor and you'll leave it alone. Yeah. Nope. He likes to knock stuff into the floor. Once it hits the floor, he doesn't care about it at all. He just wants to knock it off. Anyway. So, because KJ's lawyer went over the page limit and went into all of this honestly irrelevant topics, like videos that other people made, and the other lawsuit that's going on between Tati and her business partner, because that door was opened and he spoke about it, Tati's attorney gets to speak about it, and because they went over the page limit, Tati's lawyer got to go over the page limit, and holy crap, it was like 125 pages. It was a lot. It was a lot, but it was so well done. Like, I feel like most of us could understand it, because it's like, hey, this is irrelevant. And by the way, so in Katie's sworn affidavit, declaration, whatever, like I said, I'm not an attorney. I don't get all of the things. But she said some things, and now Tati's attorney is like, hey, these things that Katie said, not true. Not true. And not only are they not true for what Katie said, but her attorney signed off on this shit. So also not true. And that's a huge deal. Um, so Katie claimed that she didn't think she had any subscribers in Washington, and she never did research in Washington. Basically, Katie was like, I don't know anybody or anything about Washington. And it's like, yeah, but you do, though. You do. Because we have you on video saying, I was trying to get birth certificates and this and that from Washington. I researched it in Washington. And I saw where Uncivil Law was covering this, and he was like, does research cause you to have jurisdiction, or other states to have jurisdiction over me because I research? Yeah, I think that can be enough. Again, I'm not an attorney, but it shows that she lied at the very least. So they go on, and he proves that Katie has subscribers, that she knew she had subscribers from Washington. Um, it just didn't look good, and he really called her and her attorney out, and he told the way he worded it was like the her attorney is an officer of the court and made false statements. So I think personally, with what little knowledge I have, that's going to be one hell of a shit show. So obviously this is a very long response, but you get into the declarations, and you have one from Tati, one from James, and then these other people who had some things to say. So Tati's and James's were basically like, hey, we live in Washington. Stop questioning whether we live in Washington. We live in Washington. And the defendant knew we lived in Washington. So let's just stop arguing about jurisdiction. Washington. I mean, it's pretty simple. And it should be enough. I don't see any reason why any judge would be like, you know, I don't know. And uncivil law was also like, well, we don't know if they live in Washington. Oh, they pay taxes there. They have a place there. Well, that doesn't mean they live there. And yes, could be true, but they're telling you we live there. Like, I don't know. Like I said, don't know the law shit. I just know they're saying, hey, we fucking live in Washington. I don't see how that can be disputed. Like, you got to prove they don't live in Washington. Anyway, some of the shit makes me want to bang my head against the wall. Because I'm like, Washington. And a lot of the wording and stuff really was like saying Washington 900 times, so that there was that. But I think I really love how Saltsy, that's what Emily calls Michael Saltz. I love how things were worded and how they were put in there like 900 times. Like, don't come for me, Washington. They're in Washington. So James's declaration pretty much states the same thing, and he goes over the type of video evidence of Katie knowing these things and saying certain things, and I mean, it was all linked for the court to see. Like, it's there. There's her words. And that's pretty much what we've all been talking about this whole time. Is like, how can she deny any of the facts of the case because she's on video saying the things? Like, it's not good. You know, everybody says don't have recorded evidence of a crime. Well, guess what? You said all the things on camera, so there's recorded evidence of what you've done. And yes, it's not a crime, it's not a criminal thing. Don't I'm not that dumb, but you get what I'm saying. So then there's declarations, excuse me, from two other people who basically say, hey, I love Tati. I watched her videos. I wanted her vitamins. The first person said they were planning on purchasing the vitamins. They ran across Katie's videos that changed their perspective on things and made them look at Tati and James like, you know, and then didn't want the vitamins. Second person had already purchased the vitamins, was about to repurchase the vitamins, and same thing. Saw what Katie was reporting on them and believed it to be true, and then was like, yeah, I don't want to support them anymore. Those two people were from Washington. That was the whole point of that. Because here's the thing. When the trial comes, when it's time to be heard in front of a judge or a jury or whatever, there's going to be hundreds of those statements and declarations or whatever. Like, there's going to be plenty of cases like that. And I believe that to be true because I didn't believe this things about Tati. But I could see how it could be believed. How many YouTubers have been exposed for doing shitty things? Now, I've always, and this is just my opinion, I've always really liked Tati. I've always felt that she was very, very genuine. And when these claims came out about them, I just kind of looked at it like, no, I don't. Like, I thought about it. I was like, could this be true? Could she really be this shady person? But at the end of the day, it was just too much. And I personally just didn't believe it. But I could see how people could. The last declaration came to one of Katie's how was it worded? I can't remember how it was worded, but basically most loyal supporters had been harassing this person who was making the declaration. And the person making the declaration used to be one of Katie's moderators. And it was only for like a month or whatever, but anyway, so she leaves and is no longer a moderator and starts getting harassed, excuse me, begins being harassed by Katie's new supporter. And I'm not going to say her name, but you can find her. It was bad, y'all. It was like this person was threatening me and threatening to have a motorcycle gang do harm to me. And the reason this was relevant, that supporter is from Washington. Girl, you sat right there. Hello, Oreo. You sat right there. You wrote that shit. Your statement, your whatever. You wrote that. Knowing good and damn well, I don't know if I have supporters in Washington. You want to try again? Would you like to, you want to try again? I can't, just the blatant lies and the fact that this is in court, like, it blows my mind. You just didn't have to say that. You should have just not said that. And I cannot believe a lawyer allowed you to say that. But then I'm like, well, she's probably lying to her lawyer. Like, what if her lawyer believes her bullshit? But then again, as a lawyer, you should have. I don't know. So overall, Tati sued her. There was the beginning where she's like, hey, hello, I'm suing you now. Oh, and it's mentioned, sorry, scoot forward, in this latest response, it is mentioned, and I believe it was James's declaration, that Katie herself had sat there and said that the plaintiffs won't sue me because I've already received four cease and desist, so they're not gonna sue me. If they were gonna sue me, they would have. And he linked the video. So the one that we've all been laughing about, and no offense, I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing. The one that has been the most ridiculous this entire time is now in there as, hey, hello, she said this. Just saying. So you have the beginning, and we all knew it looked bad. We all knew these videos were out there. Then you had her her response to the motion to dismiss. It wasn't what she said it was going to be, and we were all like, huh? And now you have the response, and it's like, you want to talk about bomb dropping. Now all those videos, all that evidence is there. Now it's in front of the court. And we're not even at trial. This isn't whether or not she's guilty. This is just simply the, hey, we should have this done here. And all of this shit is already being put in. I'm just going to say, personal opinion, it looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's not going to end well. So, I guess I will try to stay updated on, well, I mean, obviously I'm going to stay updated on what's going on, but I will continue to let you know what I think. It's going to be a lot. When this thing actually gets into court, it is going to be, I don't know. Because I don't know. Like, is Katie's lawyer going to step up and do something different? And is he going to surprise us all in court? We don't know. But if it continues to go the way it's been going, it's going to be a complete shutdown in court. It's going to be like, you did the things. Here you are doing the things. There's the videos. Now what do you have to say for yourself? That's what the courtroom's going to sound like. I don't know, man. It just doesn't look good. She did it. She did the things. So I guess we'll see. But I wanted to get on here and talk about it just a little bit because it did just happen. And I know I'm going to be watching it, and I know a lot of you are watching it. So we can talk about it. Tell me what you think, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.